Hey everyone, so that's my Lexus RZ right there, and it's charging right now. But not from my house, and not from the electric company, but from solar panels that I have set up. Let me show you. Now it's charging from these two solar panels that I have set up on my back patio, and no electrician, and it cost me about $2,200 to get this thing started. So stick around because I'm going to show you everything. What I bought, what it costs, what I got wrong, and what it's actually producing. Real numbers, no fluff, no just trying to sell you something. Okay, so let me set this expectation up front. No, this is not going to power your refrigerator or your air conditioner of your house, right? But what it is going to do is charge your car using free energy from the sun without a $20,000 price tag. Now with this RZ, we do not commute that much. In fact, my wife stays home, and on average, we spend about 10 to 20 miles per day, and that's what I'm hoping to displace with this charging system. Hey guys, just a quick note. If you are also curious and trying to figure this out for yourself and you want to see real numbers, stay tuned and subscribe, because I'm going to make more videos and show you more numbers as time progresses, especially through the winter, because that's really going to fluctuate in how much we actually charge and how much we don't. So stick with me for that. Okay, so here's the thing that drives me crazy. And if you're like me, you bought an electric vehicle to help offset your carbon footprint and maybe save some money while you're at it. Well, what happens? You plug your car in and then you get the electric bill every month and realize it's not saving you. I mean, it's saving you money, but it's not saving you as much money as you thought. And on top of that, you're just transferring your carbon footprint to the grid. So then if you're like me, you start looking around and trying to get quotes for solar and trying to figure out, how much you need to offset, everything in your house and also charge your car. And you start getting those quotes, initial quotes, and it's, $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 to save you $100 to $300 a month, and won't pay for itself for 20 years. So I'm not interested in writing a check for that or taking a loan out on that, because that seems, like a poor choice. So maybe it can work for some, but for me, I did not see the benefit of waiting 15 or 20 years to actually see it pay me back. But then that got me wondering and thinking, well, what would it take? Maybe not to power my house, but maybe just to move the needle just a little bit in charging my car, just that little bit to start. And this is what I found. All right, so this is it. This is the Anker F3800 portable battery system. Calling it portable is a little bit generous. It does weigh 65 pounds. It's kind of a beast to move around, but it does have some wheels to move it around on, so that is easy. So the F3800 is a 3.84 kilowatt battery, lithium battery on the inside, and it outputs 6,000 watts of AC. And it charges with multiple ways, but we're going to talk about the solar, which is with these two ports right here. All right, and on this side, it has a NEMA 1450 outlet, which means it's enough to charge a vehicle. Now, the retail price on this beauty right here is $15.99 on Amazon. Link down below if you want it. Now, this is the most expensive part of the system. The rest gets cheaper from here. This is the next part of it. These are the JJN bifacial solar panels, 400 watt. And what that means is they have glass on both sides, so they will catch reflecting light to help increase the amount of sun they gather. Each panel is about 5.5 feet tall and about 2.5 feet across. Now I picked up both of these panels for right around $500 for both of them. Now, one thing that some people don't include in their builds is actually the cabling and other things that you need to build this. So come with me right here. You're going to need some MC4 cables, and these are MC4 connections, and they just snap together. It's hard to get this wrong because the male goes into the female and the female goes into the male, and you pretty much can't screw this up and put the negative into the positive and the positive into the negative unless you are creating your own cables, which you can do. So with that in mind, these MC4 cables are extra cost that you will need to consider. Now I'll go ahead and throw some links into the MC4 cable that I bought because it seemed like a very trusted and good gauge. And then something else that I had to do is I actually ran mine through the exterior of my wall and into the garage, and I wanted to keep it watertight, so I got these right here. And this is another cost. I think I bought four for 20 bucks. And the cables will, depending on the length, they can cost you from $20 to $60 per cable. Okay, so if you're like me and you want to put it through the exterior of your house and set it up like I did, those waterproof ports will be about 10 or 20 bucks. And then you're going to get yourself this right here, and that's going to make it so you can cut the cables and recrimp new MC4 connections onto them. And you're going to get the 50-foot cable, and altogether that's about $100. So for about $100 in cabling and extra bits, we'll get you connected from your solar panels to your battery. So let's go over the numbers real quick, right? $15.99 for the battery backup system, $500 for the panels, about $100 for the cabling and some other bits to make sure that everything works together. That will put you right around $2,200 to start a self-contained system that doesn't require an electrician, which is pretty good, and you could charge your car. Now, I'm not going to pretend that's not a lot of money, because it is a lot of money, but it's not $25,000 like if you went and got a system. All right, so my actual out-of-pocket cost was a lot less because I happened to have $500 in Amazon gift cards, and I had a little bonus from work, which softened the financial blow for me. So look, I understand $2,200 or $2,800 in my case it's not a small amount of money, right? I'm not going to pretend that I got a magic deal here, but it's one step closer to charging this guy and relying a little bit less on dirty energy and the grid, so I like it. My first instinct was to put my solar panels up somewhere high, but not on the roof, because I didn't want to deal with installation on my roof just yet. So I thought I'd put them on my second story porch, but it just so happens that the second story porch also has an overhang, and it was not optimal for sun catching at all. It was absolutely the worst. So something to consider is the placement. Something that'll help you with the placement is there's a lot of sun tracking apps that you can get, so you can kind of see where the sun should be coming and going during the day. These can help give you a general idea, but it's best just to be outside during the day and kind of track where the sun hits, where the shadows happen, and then you have a good idea of where to put your panels. And once I did that for myself, I realized that the back patio was probably the best optimal space for my panels at the time. They do struggle with some afternoon sun. It does start to get shaded, but we'll deal with that later. All right, so I want to talk to you guys real quick about the one thing that kind of gets everybody and maybe stops them from doing this is the wiring connections. So let me show you here. These are called MC4 connections, which I've already mentioned quite a few times, right? And they're the standard for solar wiring. Now, it's pretty hard to get it wrong because the male goes into the female and the female goes into the male, and they're hard lined the correct way. One thing to keep in mind with the F3800, if you take these two panels and run these two panels in a series, you will destroy that unit. So you do have to run them in parallel if you're going to do that, or you run each one separately into the unit itself. But if you do run them in parallel, you will need this connection right here, and you'll need two of them, which I think is about 12 bucks. Now, one other cost you may want to consider if you're going to run two panels in and one into each port, which does really give you the best performance, so I suggest that. When doing that, you do need this cable. Now, this cable came with it, and it goes from MC4 into this weird, I forget what it's called, EC something. Anyways, you do need one of these. I think these are $9 if you're gonna run into both ports. Now, this is the part that makes this thing a little bit more permanent, which to me is good. So what I had to do is get these waterproof ports, and then what I did is I drilled a hole through the rim joist, which is the wood that your house sits on, and run it it ran a PVC pipe through, and then the solar cables run through that conduit into the basement, through the basement, and then out into the garage, where I again put another one of these ports on the inside of the garage to make sure that it was sealed on both sides of the house. Really, once you get all the tools and get all set up, it's probably going to take you about an hour, hour and a half. Now, the first time I hooked this up, I believe I had the solar panels upstairs on that porch, and I was only producing 26 watts of power, which, you know, is barely enough to keep the system from draining itself dead, but it was something, and it felt good. And it also meant that the system worked. Now, on a clear sunny day, we should be getting 400 watts of output per panel, especially if you run each panel to each port by itself. Right now I'm running in parallel, so if one panel is a little shaded, the other one doesn't perform as well either. So with everything running, with what I have right now, I'm probably pulling about 600 watts, but if I ran each one separately into each port, I'm guessing I'm gonna be more around 800. All right, now for the real numbers that are gonna make you question why I'm doing this, and I've also kind of questioned why I'm doing this as well. But this is just to start out. I'm basically doing things in the worst possible scenarios, and my full system wasn't set up. Usually it was just one panel, poorly located, all kinds of things that just made it so that the system didn't perform very well at all. But right now, I think I've charged my car and depleted the battery 2 cycles, and I recorded about 6 kilowatts that I've saved. So, I mean, I'm 10 cents a kilowatt here, so that's 60 cents for $2,200, but it's a start. And what does that start mean over time, right? So I actually spent $2,800 minus about $1,000 for my gift cards and my bonus. So that puts me at about $1,800. And then if I am actually producing around, I think I've projected around $368 per year that I will save. That means I will be paid off in 5 to 7 years, which is way better than a full panel system that cost me 10x that I don't pay for 20 years. But here's something that a lot of people don't put in their projections, which is very hard to project, and I get it, is the ever increasing price of electricity from the AEP, which means every year they increase it. That means the faster I will pay myself back. In fact, we used to pay maybe 2 or 3 years ago 5 cents per kilowatt. So it's doubled in 3 years. So if it doubles again in 3 years, that means I'm going to be paid back in 3 years or 5 years instead of 5 to 7. So I think it's going to work. I want to take a minute and explain the philosophy behind what I'm doing. I call it the solar snowball. And basically it's you start small, and as you save money, you take that savings and increase the size of your array, so that way you can continue to save more and more. Maybe 2 panels and this system will only save you 30 to 40% of your drive. But in 6 months to a year, you add 2 more panels and all of a sudden you double that. Maybe you ask for more Amazon gift cards for Christmas, and maybe by year 3, you've saved enough money on your electric and power bill that you can add another battery to your system. And, you know, now you've expanded the battery capacity, which means you can charge longer at night when the sun's not out. Or you expand, you know, by getting more solar panels, you will run into a limit with that system. Once you run into that limit, then you make sure that you're maximizing your sun and make sure your angle is perfect, and just try to squeeze every bit out of it until you pay yourself back in 5 to 7 years. And then maybe at that point, you can look for a bigger solar array. All right, so some real talk right here. I want to be straight with you what this is not. This is not a whole home charging system. It's not going to be a full battery backup when the power goes out. You could run a few things off of it if the battery's charged, but it's not going to run your whole house. The F3800 stores 3.84 kilowatts per power, and an average house usually uses between 30 and 50 a day. This is not that, obviously. It's 10% of that, or maybe 7% of that amount that you use per day out of your house. This is not going to eliminate your electric bill, but when I'm charging my car, I don't. The savings are real, but it's not fast. It's gonna take 5 to 7 years to pay this thing back. If you need your money back in 2 years, this is probably not what you're looking for. Okay, so that's it for the F3800 and my system of how I charge my car. I spent about $2,800, but after some savings and some gift cards that I had, I spent about $1,800. Now, starting for you, $2,200 to do the same system I did, but without the extra 2 panels. Now I'm thinking about building a structure over the back of my porch to mount them on to give myself better sun exposure and get them off the ground. So stay tuned for that. Once we get things optimized, that's where the snowball's really gonna get rolling, especially if we can add 2 more panels to it. If you have any questions about the things that we went over today, drop them down in the comments below and I will read every single one. And hopefully I can get back to you with something that will help you out. All right, so if you have an EV and you've always thought about going solar, this might be it. So start small and start now. So if you could just hit that subscribe button, it's free. Till next time, see ya.